You notice how it took just one misstep and safe Moses is right back. Just one little slip, it's back to safety again. Just saying. We are heading into Overpass here, and everybody on board the NaVi train. You've got to realize this is sort of the closest we'll ever come, it seems, in the CIS region to having a domestic matchup. That makes a big difference. I think Flipside, you've got to realize this is a really hard match to predict in that sense. NaVi are obviously a much better team, but I wouldn't completely count out Flipside here.
Well, you know, when it comes to Overpass and NaVi, it's the high season in summer, Anders, right? And they're offering all sorts of deals on train tickets. And really, everybody why not? Just jump on board. It's like half price, right? Just go. So I think, I'm going to take advantage of this deal. I'm going to hop on the train with NaVi.
All right, fair enough. Well, it's so far working out pretty well for them. Guardian picking up 1 kill, and as the panel were discussing, he sort of went absent in some of those games yesterday, like entirely, something that we don't often see exactly at that level for Guardian. So if he's going to be off to a good start, which right now he's still doing a significant amount of damage to World Edit. The bomb all the way back in T-spawn, so they are just looking to push them back before they can actually hit a bomb site, but they do have 2 smokes for it. So looking like an actual execute. Great reply though, World Edit, who was definitely a big player for Flipside yesterday.
Yeah, and look at NaVi, man. They go for the double raid boss tactic. Although they don't go full, they go for like the one version down, basically giving a P250 to Guardian. That's probably Seized who dropped it because Seized spent 500 on nades on the smoke and flash. But Flamey's also got the Tech 9 and Kevlar, so he's going to be able to inflict a lot of damage here if he gets rolling. NaVi, though, they are going to be collapsing on that B site. Shara boosted up, he gets spotted immediately. Now there should be a situation exactly where they can close off these angles. World Edit gets overwhelmed, and now they get the bomb plant NaVi. So it's all on a retake now for Flipside. They do still have the kid on Blade, though.
Yeah, Remarkalov down to 2 health. Not exactly great if you want to try and retake. C's taking a lot of damage in return, but Flamey there with his Tech 9 just covering the angle. They sort of almost line up here, and Flamey, they will end up going down, but he does get a double kill before that happens, and that will be NaVi picking up the pistol round. It just looked very smooth, very well thought out, and not too many hiccups along the way.
Oof, look at this boost. That is so nasty. Waylander's got to be wondering what the hell hit him there. And especially Waylander, he's one of the guys who stands out for Flipside on pistols. He can do big damage with that P2K, but that is a very clever boost. That's not something we see every day, so it works out perfectly this time for NaVi. Well, they are going to be able to go straight up to rifles, and we've seen this from them. They're not willing to really mess around with the MAC 10s or anything like that. They go UMP and AK, not wasting any time here, NaVi. Whereas Flipside, it will be the force buy for them. Although, it's actually Blade who's kind of skimping on it, interestingly enough.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure out why that is later on. Shara picking up a cut. Oh, a triple, in fact. Before he goes down, they just line it up, that 5-7, just such a powerful pistol. The Seized and Edward will be left a little bit nervous, probably, and Blade coming into it as well, even without the armor, and picking up the kill on Seized. What a fantastic round so far. Flipside, Edward, all on his own, has to try and see if he could win this round back.
He can. I mean, he's managed to turn it into a 1v2. Easy frag for him here. Sprays down Markalov, but he gets dropped down to 28 HP. And now World Edit's got the scout. And look at this. They're actually going to run right into each other. Oh! Not fast enough. Edward can't really get back out. He gets caught on the edge because he tried to jump back over into the pit. And he just got caught on the edge on the concrete there. So he's basically a sitting duck. Tough break, but what a play from Shara. I'm really just surprised to see NaVi, though, not work the map more with AKs, UMPs, all about long range. Why are they trying to run into one of the only choke points, the real choke points on this map, which is Monster on B?
I mean, I don't know if we'll get an answer to that one. Maybe it's Shara just, listening to Thorin saying that he's the worst competitive player currently actively playing, and he's just thinking, oh, right, I'm not just gonna sit with that. Maybe trying to see if he can answer back a little bit. Edward going down very early on here. That's Waylander picking up the kill. And just a sort of an instant rebuy here for NaVi. Deagle, armor, everything else. Trying to see if they could have an impact on the round. Not going too well for them.
Not so far, no. Zeus might be able to catch out the man in connector, but just in the nick of time. That's Blade backing off. He's got World Edit to support him as well. So it's not really going to happen here for NaVi, I get the feeling. I mean, Shara's going to find a kill on C's. That was over by B. C's trying to create some space for his teammates. And Zeus taking the longest fight of his life. What is that? Neither of them connecting. Finally, Blade with the USP is actually going to get the job done. And he gets a second kill on Flamey. But it's like both of them. It's like Looney Tunes painting outlines around each other with bullets.
Yeah, that went on for quite a long time. But 2-1 for Flipside. They're going to be happy with that. And NaVi, on the other hand, no bomb plants in the last couple of rounds, so they're short some of the money they would have had, and also because of the force-up, they're going to be just 2 flashbangs and not much else here in this round. Zeus somehow buying Glock armor? Was it? I mean, obviously not buying the Glock, but why doesn't someone drop him a pistol?
Yeah.
That really does not make any sense.
Is that a misbuy?
Even if it is, just improvise it and give him P250 at least.
Yeah, I'm really curious, actually. What was that? Yeah, that's got to be a misbuy.
Yeah.
$900, there's no way.
But they're going to charge into the bomb site. Grenade falls in, actually does a lot of damage. And Guardian out of the round with the bomb drop this world in a very awkward position. That's going to make it very nearly impossible for them to get the bomb down. And they don't do anything this round at all. So, I mean, it's definitely a misbuy, but then following that, just at least give him a chance to do something.
Yeah, with the Glock, he really didn't achieve anything at all, and so that means that he has to go to Tech 9 this round, who will have the nades, basically. So, I mean, that's like the one saving grace, is he goes Tech 9, so he gets full nades. Everybody else on NaVi kind of skimping. It's Guardian, who it turns out actually has the best buy out of the bunch with C's, but yeah, not really. I'm really kind of wondering right now for NaVi. They feel a little stumped, especially. I mean, that's going to shake them. You know, losing a second round like that. They were definitely expecting after winning the pistol to just kind of stomp their way through, pick up the 3 rounds. Now they're playing from behind, and they are once again going for the ultra aggression. Really not taking their time with this. They want to power in and get control of sewers.
They are slowly getting a bit closer. There's a good stack going on in B though. Shara, Markolov, and the Blade. And they could kind of do that, especially because World Edit with the AWP has such a big presence on the A side of the map that he can cover a lot of that map. So I think I kind of like this setup right now. Markolov spraying into the sandbags. Got to be careful. That grenade could be really good though. Taking a lot of damage, and Shara the one to pick up the kill on Seized.
Edward will be able to make use of the boost on sandbags though. He catches Blade. So we're back into a 4-on-4. Markolov spots a man at Monster as well. Could be 2 now. NaVi have rotated an extra man over. They're looking for that firing squad kind of play. Markolov doing a good job of just buying as much time as possible. He's got the help of his teammate as well. Shara's got his back, and that bomb is dropped in front of Monster, so they know, Flipside, that NaVi have to try and push through here. They have to commit to the B site.
Shara picking up another kill, making it a double for himself, and World Edit on the other side, ready to snipe anyone coming through, and that bomb being dropped there is just so detrimental to NaVi. You gotta wonder why they didn't just try and follow it up. 3rd kill for Shara. Not gonna be a 4th. He was very low on health and it ends up going down a little bit. Guardian and Zeus are left.
Shara's certainly woken up. This is not for him. Big spray there from Markolov. Picks up the 1 kill. They are succeeding in whittling things down here, though somehow 2 kills for Zeus, and we're into a 1v1. And he will be able to pick up that bomb, but you're right, he only has 10 seconds left on this clock to get this bomb plant down, and Waylander knows it. Waylander with the peek, gonna spot him out, and actually goes for the challenge. Gets the wallbang headshot onto Zeus, saves World Edit's op. But how? I feel like I just keep having to ask questions here. It's just like, okay, so Shara gets 3 kills. How do we still wind up in a 1v1? Right?
I mean, that's a good question. The other thing here is, so Zeus, he bought in that 1 round, yeah. Now, the rest of NaVi don't really have enough to buy. Zeus did, though. You can see he spent 4,200 there. Now, he sort of buys and everyone has to follow. I feel like Zeus is just playing his own game right now. Saying, I'll just buy whatever I want and you guys have to follow along. It's a bit weird. I feel like NaVi should have just saved this round.
I'm wondering what's going on there, yeah. Some questionable decisions that might come back to bite them, especially because Flipside now getting close. World Edit, he had a chance there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 1v1 at the end of the last round, so they know they did a lot of damage to Flipside, and that's all good, but still, on Overpass, it's so hard to make things work with not enough equipment.
Well, Waylander, yeah.
Charging in. I mean, look at how close. I'm a bit surprised he's actually made it into the A-bomb side here. Going to be spraying down World Edit, so quick 1-for-1 trade.
Blade with the flank. No, Edward just barely gets out in time. It's going to be the counter, but Markolov is ready and waiting for him. Shuts him down. Now it's Blade pressing out. Loses the duel versus Flamey somehow. Flamey surviving with 5 HP. That's not going to help things here for Flipside. They're down a man going into this retake, and Markolov does not have a whole lot of health to work with. So Shara, now can you turn up when your team needs you most, because it's a 1v3, and it's just not going to happen. He kills Zeus, but Zeus is there for the refrag immediately, and that's a 2nd round on the board now for NaVi.
Blade absolutely shouldn't have lost that fight to Flamey. That was so ridiculous. He had all the time in the world to get that kill in, so I don't know what was going on there. But, I mean, Edward, I love the fact that he just ran in, you know, not really waiting for his team and opening up part of the bomb side at least, so that kind of works out 4-2 indeed, and Flipside with just enough money to buy. It is 3 for Masters, so it's not exactly great. NaVi's sort of slightly risky buy did pay off.
There's the challenge to mid. World Edit, so aggressive, gets up there very quickly. Has to worry about his flank now, though. Will he have a teammate there to back him? No, Blade gets picked off by C's. That was down by Vincere, actually, towards the B site. Out of connector. And so NaVi, they have quite a bit of map control now to play off of. The smoke is down to block off Zeus. So as soon as this smoke clears, we'll see if the man World Edit can actually have an impact with this AWP, because he's here. It's a double setup defense here over in connector. Waylander steps out, wins the duel versus Zeus, and we're back into a 4-on-4.
Yeah, timing working out. Not exactly in Zeus' favor. He's looking to see if he can maybe get a refrag here. The AK, so much damage onto Waylander. He doesn't have a lot of health. Trying to see if he can make it out. Not going to happen. Seized. Very good prediction on his part. And World Edit would have had such an incredible flank there if it wasn't for the fact that Flamey saw it coming and Shara goes down. Markelov alone. Nothing that he can do. So NaVi, third round now. And Flipside going to go into an eco after this.
NaVi, I mean, that persistent buying, wanting to turn it into a brawl. I mean, you got some big guys on NaVi too. I mean, do you exactly want to be getting into a brawl with Zeus? Seized. I mean, even Edward looks like he can throw a punch.
Yeah, I think for Edward, he'd be more. It would be more sort of the consistency, right? He seems like he sort of just wouldn't give up, right? It's the Captain Ahab feel you get.
That's and like he somehow snuck a harpoon into the bar that night too.
Something like that, right? But yeah, Zeus is definitely a big guy. And Cease probably has a bit of reach, I think. So long arms,
Don't let the porcelain doll face fool you. Nice shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I used to do boxing, and having to box against people who have like a longer reach than you is so frustrating. It's really annoying. It feels like that they have sort of an advantage you have to deal with. Well, either way, not that we're going to be fighting any of these people anytime soon. You never know.
Oh, Freak isn't here anymore, right?
That also could be could maybe set something up. An intersection between eSports and MMA. Don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But as predicted, not that it was hard to predict because you could just look at the scoreboard and tell they didn't have the money to buy. It will be Flipside on eco here, and Zeus is having a grand old time. Just running in there and getting a kill on Shara and looking for a second one as well. They are kind of flanking him, but even if they get the kill on him here, it's not really going to matter to NaVi. They in turn will trade that for the A-bomb side.
Yeah, exactly right. They're just barreling up long now. Lots of information gained there. And so they will be able to just get that bomb plant nice and safe here for NaVi. Although the bomb seems to want to go and check out restrooms, so that's interesting. At least, I guess you're being thorough. That's one thing, but they will get the bomb plant eventually here. And Markelov and World Edit, now the last two alive here for Flipside, hoping to find some kind of parting gift. I mean, a MAC-10 is nice, but I'm sure you want to trade that up for an AK if you can.
Yeah, definitely be a little bit better, wouldn't it? 2 versus 4 right now. Flipside obviously is going to try and see if they can get a tiny bit more out of this round. As NaVi are going to be equalizing for a 4-4 scoreline. Markov with a good kill there. And stealing an AK like you were talking about. It does kind of work out, but won't be able to make it out of the round. Tying up the scoreline here. I mean, this is a really, really good map for NaVi. Traditionally, they've had some good stuff on it, but look at the loss they had to Luminosity at the MLG Major, 16-2. So there's that lurking somewhere, but generally speaking, they're quite good at it.
That was one of the few times we've seen NaVi really get blown up, completely blown up, on a map like this as well. So, I mean, it's good to bring that stat up. Reminds you just how, well, that this team is in flux. They are still trying to figure something out here, especially when they get into finals. They are still a top 3 team in the world, but they too have some problems closing out the matches. Getting into this one, though, it does seem like NaVi once again have restored control. 4-4 the score right now, and Flipside, they do get the buy, so NaVi, they do have everything that they need, and they're very quick to get control of restrooms here. I do like it. Straight up to mid. They really want to try and apply that pressure early on here towards the A site, and Edward there to lead the way. Takes the first peaks, gets spotted by Blade, but now the pressure can really start to mount here.
Ooh, Blade very nearly getting caught out, and he gets a kill. That's actually very well played. Looks like he was in a very bad position. Very nearly a second one. He did hit the headshot on Seized, and they are bringing it back in here. Flamey and Guardian left, and Blade's just got to calm down for a little bit, although it's hard to say when your feet are on fire. Doesn't make it back around the corner, but he looked like he was panicking for a moment. They have the bomb, and they do have the men advantage.
That is a bit stressful, right? Flames, not usually a good time. Guardian looking for the spot towards CT right now, and he might be able to get it. There is a man going for the shoulder peek. He's looking for the man holding behind Optimus as well. And he does have support from his teammate Flamey coming in from long, but Guardian currently taking point on this, and he just walks all the way up onto the site, fully scoped, making use of the boxes that are on the bomb site to cover his flank. The smoke goes down, and it's just about to clear, and now, well, I mean, eventually they're going to have to try and make this play happen. He does spot the man in bank. Shara takes out his teammate. It's all on Guardian and Blade. So patient, Blade. Had 18 HP, but he gets a triple kill at the end of the round and makes the difference for his team.
That was very well played from Blade. I mean, the way that he was walking back and had a grenade out and everything, it looked like he was about to get overrun behind those boxes. So definitely a big round coming in there. And they do need it. I think they need to shut NaVi out of this first half here if they want a real chance. NaVi, sadly for Flipside, are still able to buy. So they're going to have to continue to fight a little bit more. They do have World Edit with the AWP, and I really want to see some big shots coming out of him.
Yeah, he did have quite a strong performance yesterday, first day of the group stage. So, I mean, he has shown a bit like, you know, Shazam. I mean, seems like all of the operas in the tournament so far have had at least one strong map. World Edit, though. He's got a tough fight ahead of him, though. Guardian is not exactly a pushover.
No, and it could be interesting to see who's going to come out on that one. You'd instinctively have to pick Guardian, but again, domestic matchups, yeah, they're always a little bit different. There are always some factors that are not immediately obvious. Seized actually somehow winning a fight with a Glock against Shara. How does that even work?
I'm wondering. Was it a spray battle? It sounded like there was quite a bit of a spray battle going on over there. Was it just through the smoke, or did the smoke go up afterwards? Regardless, that is the man advantage now for NaVi, and don't think that Shara can say just how much HP Seized has either. So now a little bit of pressure here on Flipside. And so Blade setting it up for his teammate. There's the deep flash outside of Monster. The peek comes up behind from Markelov, and he sees that nobody is waiting for him over here. He's going to check to the left. Boom. There's the information gained. So that should be, I mean, basically telling Flipside, hold steady on that A site, because we aren't seeing anything over here on B.
And World Edit actually challenging that smoke. That's a big risk, because if they follow up behind it, you know, you could be, you're sort of in the middle of nowhere. You can't easily escape. It looks like they are rotating back towards the B bomb site. Markelov is down here, but he's no grenades left. He's going to have to just hit some very good shots to buy time for his teammates to rotate in. NaVi are in a great position, and even better now that Blade is gone. And Markelov not quite connecting with that spray. 9 seconds left. He gets one, and it is not enough. The bomb goes down, and World Edit, yeah, can't really change the outcome of the round just now.
No, he has to hightail it out of there, basically. Once again, Flipside, they don't have a huge bank to work with right now, so holding on to this AWP is so important for him. But Zeus is already out and hunting. And World Edit, he's in a bit of an awkward spot. He has to worry about his back while waiting for the rotation to come up, and there we go. He gets spotted. Wasn't pretty, but Zeus gets the job done. So NaVi, they will wind up tying it up 5-5. And yeah, wow, just a long fight between two of these players. And Seized ends up besting Shara.
Shara, who was trying to edge his way up on the ledge there, because you can do that if you sort of walk backwards. I toyed around with this for the longest time, because my theory was if you sort of wedged yourself up against that and put down a smoke, sort of underhand the smoke, so then you'd have like the smoke in front of you and you'd be able to see over and maybe they couldn't see back. It's just, I convinced myself eventually it wasn't worth it. Like, it takes too long to do, and I don't think the reward is there for it. No armor and just pistols here on Flipside, and Seized even walking into the fire to get that kill on Markelov. That's some dedication. I like that.
No fear of the flames. Edward leads the way, finds a headshot on Blade, and once again, NaVi in control of this B site so quick. Seized is actually just charging into CT right now. Will spot World Edit. No joy there for World. And Waylander is now the last man alive here for Flipside. Really just looking to get that exit kill, but there's no reason for NaVi to go hunting. There's no reason for them to take any risks whatsoever. I mean, Seized could be the aggressive one because he has that MAC-10, so getting another kill with that would be pretty dandy. But the rest of NaVi should just be focusing on holding on to the AKs, holding on to that AWP. Guardian finally has that op, yeah, so you want to make sure that he stays alive with it so he can have an impact later on in the next round. So this should be a buy round coming up for Flipside, although they might be in a double eco scenario. What is their money like right now? Yeah.
They're in a very bad spot, and I mean, okay.
Well, that works. Guardian, okay then. Are you for real?
It's your favorite scenario, Semler.
This just, That's like some JW Fallen stuff, right? Where those guys like to go out and hunt alone. Like, I'll never understand that from Fallen as well, where it's just like, hey guys, I'm going to run on the opposite side of the map with the AWP against a team that's ecoing, and I'll just donate that AWP because the guy happened to be hiding around a corner.
Even our producer Alchemist is complaining about that. It is ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, how can you justify doing that? And I'm not even sure if Flipside would have bought if not for that. But I mean, that means Worlded had enough to drop an M4. He keeps the AK. Now they have a real shot at fighting back against NaVi. This is actually slightly ridiculous, and NaVi in return are charging in to Monster and Rocky right into a great little FAMAS double kill there for Markolov. Bit of a return. Edward and Ceased coming into it. Still a 3-on-3 here.
He's low though, Markolov. Edward is as well, so there's still a fighting chance, but NaVi decide not to commit to this bomb site after donating 2 players. The heat, it's too hot. It's too hot in the hot tub, Anders. They need to get out. I don't actually know where that quote comes from. I've just been saying it for years, like my...
Yeah, but I don't know why though. I always want to, can it be too hot? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. I mean, I guess if you're like a Fid.
Oh.
Hey.
Markolov.
Let's take the shot.
Seized. What? Yeah. That is. That's a bit too risky. Now they're charging in, and Wayland are going to be going down. Only World Edit left, and again has to just hightail it out of there. I don't think there's any point in going for a 1v3. The bomb is really far back, so eventually they're going to have to go and pick that one up. But
what are they doing?
They're just gonna fight.
Edward was just, they're like, Edward, get the bomb. He's like, no, you get the bomb.
Yeah.
You don't tell me what to do. I'm the captain here. You ever heard of Ahab?
They're a bit paranoid at the idea that World Edit could be showing up, but clearly not gonna happen. Just there were so many weird things going on in this round. I feel like Flipside should have won it. I think that double kill for Markolov early on should have made a difference.
Yeah, you would think so, especially with the setup that they had. Seems like Blade was trying to pressure on Pit. Boom, shot. Edward is down. And so now they know where World Edit is playing from, and it looks like Guardian is actually going to hunt for him. This is madness. Is this for real? Guardian, if you lose a second AWP.
He's
oh my god.
He's learned nothing.
No way.
He's learned exactly nothing.
I'm actually gonna just like face palm my head through this desk right now.
The one thing we can say is that even if they keep losing these orbs sort of ridiculously, they're still winning so much on the C side of Cobblestone, right? Oh, sorry, of Overpass right now. That it's silly, but they will still be in a good position here. 7-5, and moving into the 13th round. 15 kills on Seized right now. He's doing a very good job. Seems to be playing a lot better recently. Markolov still playing fairly well for Flipside, but nothing like his 35 kills that he had yesterday on one map.
Yeah, exactly. Markolov, he hit a whole nother level yesterday. All the 1.6, fans were just like, "Oh, he's back," including you, Anders, including you.
My point is, he never went away.
It's true, he hasn't. He's like
eternal.
One of the only players to make all 7 majors.
Yeah, there must be something going on there.
Jeez.
Guardian. Patience rewarded to take down Waylander. And Markolov are going to end up going down. So Blade and Shara are going to be left in 2-on-4 here. Again, sort of an uneventful round here. They don't have any armor, they just have pistols. Can't expect too much, really. It will make it 8 rounds for NaVi and a sizable lead being built up here. Again, this is supposed to be a CT-sided map, so the fact that now this is ridiculous as well. This is NaVi winning the pistol, but then losing right afterwards. And you think at that point, at least Flipside have the makings of a good half, and they just haven't been able to hold on to nearly anything.
I like it. Shara, the Godslayer, but Flame, he's there, full blind. Easy kill, picks him up. Nope. Did C's just get denied? We couldn't see because of the monitor there, but it didn't look like Flame was reacting to the high 5 attempt there. He was denied, yeah? Confirmation? We have confirmation that C was denied by Flamey. Flamey just doesn't care.
Important news.
Important news. Every little bit matters, man. Every little bit counts. Now, C's is going to have that in the back of his head when Flamey needs help. Bro, can you flash for me? He's like, bro, can you give me my high 5?
Yeah, it's not happening. Looks like a bit of an aggressive execute coming out here. They are putting in the smokes already, but They're not really going to move up behind them. I'm not sure that Molotov made them pause enough that they gave up on that idea. World Edit and Flamey with some really good opening kills. And Edward coming through with that shot on Blade. Still a 4 versus 3. And right now, Flipside just need to relax a little bit, I think. Just chill out.
Deep breath. And just wait and see. I mean, Guardian is posted up on the other side. Seized will find Waylander. That was out in the open on the A side. Rotation is coming out from the B side, but somehow they've eliminated the only defense here. And so this gives them access to the site. This allows them to get the bomb plant, NaVi. And now we're into a 3-on-3 retake scenario here for Flipside, but NaVi still have quite a few nades to work with. It's only World Edit with any kind of utility here to make this retake any easier for Flipside, but Markov, I believe he just spotted Seized on Optimus.
They gotta fight for this. They don't have a choice, really, and a good shot from Shara there. Picking up Seized, Edward and Guardian still left, and there's the kill on one. They need that bomb defused, and there's not a kid on anybody left, so it's not going to happen either. World Edit picks up 1 kill, and even if he gets the second one, he does not have any time left at all. Good shots coming through, but the round will still be lost, even in spite of that triple kill. It will be 9 and 5 here in favor of NaVi as we go into the 15th round. Now we do have some interesting research that's been done into the stuff that was here.
He did get the high five.
Come on, replay that. That is not count as a high five. There's no way we can qualify that.
What? They were touching hands.
No. Look at this. This is ridiculous. No, that is not a high five. They were, if anything, they were just sort of caressing each other's fingers in a really awkward way. That was not a high five.
No. Seized. Yeah, I don't know, but Seized, was asking him for a dance clearly. And Flamey said yes, but then he said, oh, but we have no time. We have to get back to the round.
There was something like that going on. Yeah, you see that? I would be just as disappointed as Flamey was looking, and there's no way that can be qualified as like a real.
That's how it works sometimes. Boom, headshot. And well, World Edit, yeah, that's frustrating for World Edit, especially because he got the initial kill in the round as well, over on a short B to start the round off, to then get 2 kills. I mean, he's just making it more expensive for NaVi, but at the end of the day. This is a technical pause, by the way, guys. We've had one of the players from Flipside drop out of the server. So just a technical timeout. Still, obviously, both of these teams, they're going to be talking things up. Haven't had that rule change yet that says that you can't talk in a technical timeout.
Yeah, that's true. I would say it doesn't seem like we've had anyone try to abuse it. Sort of. It seems like people are playing sort of fairly good sportsmanship so far. But a 9-5 scoreline at the moment, and heading into the 15th round,
Blade always looks like he's staring into the Matrix or something, trying to make out some kind of ultra deep code every time I look at him, right? He's just like, if I focus hard enough, I will find the answer.
He just generally looks like a very smart guy. I wish he would have some glasses, like some smaller glasses like this. I think he could look like a Russian Edward Norton or something like that. I think that could be a real thing.
All right, well, it looks like we're back, guys. Short technical timeout this time around, but it is the 15th round of this first half, last round of the first half, and NaVi looking to get double digits. Would be a fantastic scoreline for them. This is already pretty solid. T-side Overpass, 9 rounds, not too bad, but 10 obviously would be better. So Flipside, they know this, and they're going to actually try and take the fight to NaVi. Once again, going aggressive mid. Not going to find a soul, though. Instead, NaVi, they've been very consistent with just taking over pit. This is clearly one of the big, or sewers rather, this is clearly one of the big linchpins here for NaVi in their strategy.
I bet you this. If you Photoshop Blade into a lab code and the glasses on, it would look so natural. He'd fit right in.
Like a pharmacist?
Pharmacist, or maybe like a bioengineer or something. I think he'd just be perfect. Professor Blade. It even sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but if you say it that way, like the professor, I just keep thinking he's like some pharmacist by day, vampire hunter by night.
That's a great movie plot. I wish the last even though the last Blade movies were bad, they were still kind of good. Like, even though there was so much product placement going on, that it almost derailed the concept,
Sure, the last one's horrible. First one, though, come on.
First Blade, they're amazing, absolutely amazing. Just some of the best movies that have ever been made. Edward right on the edge, and Shara's on the other side. A little bit of a strange setup here. Shara coming out heavily on top. Edward somehow not hitting any of those AK bullets.
Shara believes in balance. He wrecked them on the B side at the beginning of the half. Now to close the half, he's going to win a duel flat out, hardly take any damage at all. And Waylander is just waiting for Flamey to get cheeky. Flamey will lose the duel. Waylander ready for it. Ooh.
Good job from Blade. It's so dangerous jumping behind that box, so you can really easily be taken out, but we'll pick up a kill either way. Goes down to Guardian. Seized and Guardian left here, trying to see if they can make it with 5 seconds left as well. Seized going to be going down, and Guardian takes one, then knifing him, they're stabbing him, and, well, Waylander has to put an end to that kind of fun. Surprised that he didn't actually get stabbed or die from it, but it will be a 9-6 finish in favor of NaVi, which they're going to be feeling really good about.
They should be, but that is also, I mean, cause for concern. NaVi, they're usually the masters of running the clock down low, or at least they were once upon a time. It was just standard for NaVi to execute onto a site with like 20 seconds left. But, you know, running out of time like that, it isn't pretty. Still, they don't have to worry about it anymore. They're going to be swapping over to the CT side. Flipside will be on the T side, and we'll see how it all breaks down after this break.
We have NaVi and Flipside playing on Overpass, and so far NaVi coming out quite a bit ahead. Seized having a really, really good first half, and surprisingly, almost sort of being able to match up against Shara here, who's actually doing a very good job right now. Which
So, what does that mean, Anders?
I think it means that that all of the historical data that that Thorin was talking about is now irrelevant because of this one half.
Exactly, this one half.
That's what I take away from it.
I mean, clearly, what I think we need to take away from this is that Seized is actually now like the second worst player in the world. Is that what we're getting at here?
There it is. There it is. 13 kills for Shara. I mean, it's like it is with so many teams. There are some players, and it's not to sort of hate on one player, but it's just that if they're top fragging, that probably means something else on the team has gone horribly wrong. You know, that's been true since forever. I mean, when Sean was on Cloud9, if ever you saw him at the top of the scoreboard, you think, but that means somebody else on Cloud9 is definitely not doing their job.
Something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that can almost be sort of an indication, right? So 9-6 here in favor of NaVi. If they win the pistol, I don't see any way in which they're going to lose this map. Flipside would have to really impress us here.
They're having a bit of a talk over by Connector towards Sewers, just putting some shots through both teams. So now, well, minute 20 left on this clock. Flipside are finally starting to get control of mid, putting some pressure on Restroom. They figure out, yes, okay, NaVi have fallen back to the site, but it's a full rotate up to the A site here from NaVi. 3 players, in fact, just completely giving up that B site. They really are counting on the fact that Flipside may want to run up here to A. They've been forced back. Flipside were not able to get early control of B, and so far Shara hasn't spotted anybody or picked up a kill to make life easier, to make it easy for Flipside to go towards that B site. So it does look like they will commit towards this A site here in a moment.
There is a bit of distance for that USP to make it work, but if they miss shots right now, it's going to be awful. The one thing that I love is the fact that Seized has an HE. You just throw it out, so I hate it again. Thanks, Seized. The one way in which that HE could have been great to have is that if people try and put the bomb down on this map, they always, and I really mean always, on the A-bomb site, put it down in the exact same spot.
Default, yeah.
And that's sort of a pet hate of mine on all maps. I hate it when people do it on Cobble. I hate it when people do it on this map too. So you could have punished them like that, but Cease is going to use the pistol instead, and Guardian as well with a double kill. All headshots so far. Flamey with a 4th headshot. Can we get the last? And there it is. 5 headshots coming out of NaVi to close out the round and make it to 10-6.
I mean, you're not, when you say it's a pet hate, you're not talking about like it's like not a rat or like one of those little pocket dogs or anything like that. You're talking like full on, you know, beast of a pet. What would be a big beast of a pet? Like a bear or something, right? You live in Alaska now, Anders.
It just really annoys me. It's like that one spot on your back that you can't quite scratch, and every time people put down the bomb default, I think, oh please. Unless there's a good reason for it, there can definitely be good reasons for it, but it feels like most professional teams do not even think about it. It's just they think of it as like a very minor detail on the map, and in some ways it is. But the problem is you can make so many assumptions about how that's going to work out that countering it, I won't say it's easy, but there will be ways to counter it, especially, I would say, if you're playing eco rounds. Suddenly, if you sort of let them into a bomb site and say, well, put the bomb down, fine. We will have 3 grenades ready. And we know, especially on this map, we will know exactly where you're planting, you know? Because there's only one spot that people plant in. So yeah, it's definitely something that really triggers me.
This got a little awkward for Zeus. Now he has to get worried basically about getting flanked on, wrapped on. Guardian is going to be able to keep control of long, and that was key for Zeus to stay alive basically at that point. As Zeus still hanging around in mid. Flamey will find the kill, but that was on B sites. That's Char, the lurker, gone. It's still 3 players alive here for Flipside, hoping to get lucky through the smoke, but they will be disappointed. Although, as I say that, Markov somehow sprays down Zeus. Edward to take out Blade, though. And it's still 2-man advantage here for NaVi. Nade? Yes.
Marco thinking, I'll avoid the flames, don't worry. Good shot from World Edit. Not that it was necessarily a hard one. He has an HE grenade, and Guardian is very close. If he checks the corner here, World Edit, which he won't, so the round is going to be done. But could have been a worse round for NaVi. They could have lost a couple of more players there.
No, they saved 3 rifles, so it's not the end of the world here for NaVi. I believe they went for the WMP. They had at least 1 UMP there, but they went for the double SMG again. So as long as you're keeping those 3 rifles alive for NaVi, it's not the end of the world what goes on. World Edit, no Kevlar for him, so no chance to survive that UMP fight. He is saving for that AWP, as we expect from him. He is pretty much like the dedicated primary opera for Flipside. One of those guys who will always try and prioritize the AWP no matter what. Guardian, not so much, interestingly enough, not so much. Goes straight up to the M4.
Yeah, maybe not just that hooked on getting the early AWP. Edward, a couple of clicks there. Zeus going to be charging in. Zeus has just been playing in completely FFA mode all game. He's just running around everywhere, it seems, trying to get the kills, and he just doesn't care about anything anymore.
Just buying up randomly as well. All right, Guardian will eventually just drop the M4 over to a teammate. He will be picking up that AWP here for the first buy round to shut down World Edit, who has his. But it is a full buy, pretty reasonable buy, all things considered for Flipside. Yeah, all eyes on this gentleman right here, World Edit. He needs to have an impact with that AWP. He is leading the charge right now. No, he's not, actually. He's trailing behind Shara, but still, not too far behind, still in double digits. But now we need to start to see him wake up. You can really have a high impact here with the AWP on this Overpass map.
Zeus and Guardian a little bit aggressive over by the birthday party, but they will eventually fall back. And good shot from Flamey there to take out Shara. And with that kind of a beginning, things get a bit awkward for Flipside. And look how slow they are at getting control, even of this part of the map. And that's something that works out so heavily in NaVi's favor. If Flipside are going to use the first sort of 45 seconds of each round just to get close to a bomb site, that means a couple of well-placed grenades, anything like that from NaVi, and that they won't have enough time. Basically, they're gonna eventually run out of time.
So now it's just time to put boot to Aris and get out there. Flipside, they're taking some time with it, still sitting around restrooms, and now NaVi, they're gonna start feeling comfortable enough to throw out some nades. Just keep that pressure up on Flipside, who continue to gather up in mid. So it looks like, once again, they want to wind up on this A site. But Zeus, I mean, if you're going to go free-for-all, just charge through the smoke, man. See if you can make it happen, because your teammate Edward is dead now because you were patient. You played it safe, Zeus. You're in NA. Play like it.
Guardian does get the refrag, so they kind of hold on to the lead anyway, but he sees the shadow and Markolov going down. Very confident shot coming out there. World Edit, close range, no scope, not going to connect, and that will be the round. Zeus and Seized to close it out. Bit of a strange round at the end there, but we're still looking at a 13-6 scoreline, and the money is not there for Flipside. They could go for Tech 9 armor, but I wouldn't advise it.
Well, now that the jump animation has been fixed, that's useful. Actually allows them to hit that shot.
You're right.
Still 13-6 here for NaVi. They're pretty much just, they've got full control of the situation. Economy has been established for them as well. Fairly decent so far. As Flipside, I mean, naturally going to be on pistols. They really haven't been able to get much going for themselves. No plants, so no bonus money. So it means that they can't really turn it into a brawl the way that NaVi did at the beginning of the first half when they were on T side. Instead, Flipside kind of just have to go for it here with pistols. Zeus runs over Markolov. Flamey holds the line at B site. They will succeed in getting the bomb plant, so that's the big positive here for Flipside, considering they don't get a single kill.
Yeah, I mean, it helps them out in some way. Definitely not a bad thing, but this just seems like to me it doesn't even feel like NaVi have had to dig very deep into their map or skill pool to get into this point. Like the amount of times that we've seen Zeus just charge around, like he's hard checking, he's running around doing whatever he wants, right? Doesn't seem like they're under that much pressure at the moment. So 14-6 here, and Flipside so far not showing up today.
No, definitely not. They have, I mean, quite a long day ahead of them as well, because they still have 3 maps to play out. Flipside will be closing the night of the first phase of the group stage versus Echo Fox later on after this match versus NaVi. So, I mean, you kind of want that strong start, but there's still time. We'll see. Shara, there we go, wins the duel versus Seized. So now they actually have a man advantage here. Flipside, they have an edge to work with. Of course, Flipside aren't the kind of team. Whoa, good night. Just that's why that area is so frustrating. The way that the tubes are, you know, like you could maybe spot somebody, but you can't see him back, and it's just so awkward to fight around monsters sometimes.
Oh,
what?
What? Good night, Guardian. Most definitely out of the round, and Shara just picking people out of the sky right now. Give him a flank cannon instead of an AK, maybe do more work with it. Zeus down here as well, trying to see if he can hold on, but they're running it a little bit close for his taste, and Blade will take him out, so it's going to be Flamey left in a 1-on-3. Now, what we needed of that Guardian kill is like sort of a Matrix 360 where like it slows down and goes into slow motion, then we do like a 360 spin around him just to see he gets shot. That was a very, very cinematic looking kill is what I'm saying.
I don't think we have his perspective though, that's unfortunate.
Well, I don't know what kind of, camera work you would.
Boom.
Oh, that's really good stuff.
That is actually really sick. That's not every day that you get to see that kind of jump get denied. Usually it's behind the wall where Edward was boosted up later. What do we have here? What's going on? Technical pause, perhaps?
I guess we're about to find out, but 14-7 scoreline, and some kind of pause is certainly in effect.
Oh, NaVi timeout. NaVi timeout.
Really? I mean, they're so far ahead, so it can't be a question of them saying, oh, you know, we've got to be careful. It might just be sort of, you know, let's just end this quick, you know, let's just get done with it.
Sometimes not. I mean, NaVi are known for being a very temperamental team sometimes. They do tend to snap at each other. So I'm wondering if Starks is putting his foot down, just saying, okay, time to, we don't really see a whole lot of talking going on. So it's really just, you know, sit, calm down, guys. Because it has been known in the past for them to be well in the lead and to just start fighting amongst themselves when things don't work out in rounds, and then all of a sudden they're tied up.
Look at Blade, though. He's definitely dishing out a few commands, and I guess there is always the chance that it's Starix talking in the background somewhere.
Yeah, look, Starix is the one talking.
Yeah,
about that,
so
sure.
maybe he's just coming up with a little bit of a speech.
Back and forth between Edward and him. Edward, one of the more vocal players on the team.
Definitely a bit of a back and forth. I wish we could translate.
Yeah, I wish we could too, actually. I heard smoke, but...
Great job, Sam.
Yeah, there you go, right? I know, like real in-depth here. You know, I moonlight as a translator, obviously.
It is interesting. I mean, this is... it's probably a part of the game that's going to develop much more in the coming years to have this coach. And even, I think to some extent, I think maybe we could have a couple of instances, but to some extent, an aspect of Counter-Strike games will probably be sort of coach versus coach, right? Hopefully not to the extent that that will be the only thing that matters, but certainly it could be fun to see if you get people sort of outthinking each other, you know.
Not just in game, but out. I mean, I think the bigger thing as well right now, the people who really don't get much attention are the analysts. Some of these top teams, they're rolling around with 1, 2 guys. Their whole job is to find tendencies in their opponents, watch demos, pick up on the little details, and transmit that to the in-game leader or the coach, right? So
I would say to some extent you could hire almost anybody for that, because that is really just like hard work. Like it's hard work, but it's not like it's not necessarily skilled work, you know. It's just watching a lot of things, you know. And so you don't. I don't think you have to be like a professional player. You don't have to hire like another ex-pro. You could almost just hire someone who's like a good matchmaking player, and then say, you know, give us all the details that you find. You know, just have enough of them that can work. But it's interesting. It'd be fun to see how much the teams do that. How deep can they go?
Wow, Fnatic was one of them, right? One of the first. I think they, Katowice last year, they had, 3 or 4 analysts there, basically. Like, their job, I mean, Vugo was one of the analysts back then. So, I mean, their whole job was break down demos, find tendencies, and just feed all of that into the in-game leader's mind.
Look at those black bars.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, not for CSGO at least. I understand when you had a CRT monitor, that's fine, but sometimes we see it where the black bars actually work against you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Guardian being a little bit aggressive over here again, and to remind you guys, this does serve a purpose, even if you don't actually get any kills with it. Just because you show presence a little bit. He didn't actually fire a shot there, but it makes them slow down a little bit if you get spotted even. So it's almost always, I think, worth it to at least be in the area and show yourself a little bit. 14-7 here. See what NaVi have come up with. Nothing seems to have really changed at this point for them. No.
I think that they're probably thinking, well, don't overthink things, right? You know, what we're doing is working. Now we just need to kind of like hunker down and get over this hump, this one round to put us on map point. It's up to Flipside now to find a solution. So, I mean, Flipside right now, I mean, they are going through the same sort of thing. This is just so typical, right? Just straight default spread out across the map. Shara lurking over towards B. Markelov working his way through connector. Soon he'll have the help of Waylander as well. And then a presence in mid and towards long. Waylander finds a shot on Zeus. That's through the smoke in mid. So finally they get a punish on Zeus. A little bit of a battle there. Guardian with the wallbang attempt.
Zeus trying to find an edge in the smoke. Ooh, that shot very nearly hit. That's impressive. But as soon as the spray failed for Zeus, he was just a very easy kill. And now it's horribly wrong here for NaVi. Shot going through the box. You can very easily shoot through, which is something that is not used very nearly enough. Seized is going to be in a 1-on-4, and obviously a great round here for Flipside.
What's the money like now for NaVi? Still pretty, no, not enough. I mean, Seized has got nearly 7 grand. He will have 7 grand once the round is over. They'll get 1,900 as well at the end of this round because Flipside won the last one. So, I mean, they'll have like decent money to work with. It would be a bit of an awkward buy though if they went for it, NaVi. So we'll see what they like to do. They've got such a huge lead. They don't really need to risk it with off buys. But at the same time, Zeus has just been, you know, just going for buys without really wasting any time to think about it. So maybe he's just going to kind of just say, right, buy. It's like old Nip style. We have $3,000 buy.
Nip and then Envy later on. Also big fans of doing that all of the time. Yeah, different teams have been through that phase.
Well, I guess when you have Olaf Meister and he can like single-handedly wreck a team with a Tech 9, it's just like, bye.
Yeah.
Go Olaf.
Or Envy with that. That definitely was part of the key there.
So Zeus tried to get clever over there. Nice punish from Waylander. Garden and Edward right now. Actually sees 3 of them all sitting pretty close together at 20 kills. It's not too shabby. But it is going to be the focus towards B, it looks like. NaVi with some kind of read going into it. They have 3 down here to start. Flipside putting a pretty strong presence right outside of Monster, and Guardian getting wallbang down to 40 HP already.
Oh, and walks right into Shara. That's going to be extremely frustrating. That wallbang is something I think the first time I saw it was actually Seized doing it. on NaVi. Don't know if he can claim to have invented it, but that was the first time I saw it in action. Shara will be going down to Flamey. So we're still in a 4-on-4 here, with the bomb dropped very far back on the map, all the way on T-spawn nearly. So just Flipside looking to make an opening somewhere if they can, and then decide where they want to go.
That's exactly how it works, right, with Flipside. They will play default, they will play default, they will play default. It's like, I'm having trouble remembering the last time I saw this team rush. Like, actually go for a straight-up aggressive rush, right?
Yeah.
That's just not part of the Blade's philosophy. If Blade revolves around play default, spread out across the map, look for picks, and then we'll go in the mid game with the call based off of the information we've gathered in the first minute of the round.
Still got 35 seconds here, so eventually they're going to have to make a move, and with Zeus going down, that's a big opening. Now Flamey's pretty much alone on the B-bomb side. He doesn't have he doesn't have anything to stop them with either, because of the time that's left here. If you could just get 1 or 2 kills right now, they could still win the round. Moving closer right here, Flamey not going to make it work. Edward and Cease, though, coming up with 2 really big kills. Edward does have a Molotov, and maybe that could be key to try and see if they can win this round. 10 seconds left. There's the shot coming in, and now Waylander, he's going to complete the bomb plant, but he's trapped in here and walking out into the open and ends up going down to Seized. What an unlikely round for NaVi to win.
Edward is so important and so canny to back off there after getting that first kill. He spots the man, and he knows that bomb's getting planted. I didn't deny the bomb planter, so we know exactly where the other guy's coming from. I'll just wait to pair up with my teammate instead of running in and maybe turning it into a 1v1, making it awkward. That was super sick. Quick snap decision-making coming in there from Edward to secure the 15th round here for NaVi.
Yeah, definitely a very good job. And what we do have is Starrix this time sort of slightly disconnecting from the game, so he'll be back in. Before we move into the 24th round here, 15-8 scoreline. I mean, yeah, I thought for sure that NaVi were gonna end up losing that particular round. So a little bit interesting. Oh, actually, we're already back. Almost no time wasted. I like it.
They're just rolling with it, rolling with the punches. There is quite a, I mean, still just a huge lead here for NaVi. They shouldn't be feeling too flustered, too stressed. They now got over the hump. Now they've got map point or overtime, basically, guaranteed. And there's the boost once again. Boom! Flamey shuts down Shara. Even though Shara tried to get clever and use the edge of that tunnel to like bounce around on. Didn't stop him from winning it, although Blade is going to just straight up man fight Seized and win. Guardian, though, what was that?
Just the Guardian things. Creeping in close, pretending that the sniper rifle is in fact a shotgun. Edward very nearly winning that fight. The Molotov to come out as well. One grenade here would leave World Edit out of it. And in fact, Edward's Molotov takes out Blade because he was low as well. I don't even think that was meant to happen. That was just some collateral damage. And now it will be a 2-on-3 Markelov and World Edit left. And World Edit trying his best, but it won't be enough. Guardian to take him out with a double kill. And now Markelov to go down as the last. And that will be 16-8 in favor of NaVi as they win on Overpass.
Solid performance from NaVi. Definitely the expected result. The desk called it. I think everybody pretty much had to hop on that NaVi train. I mean, it was at a discount. But on Overpass, they are just so solid, so good fundamentally.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And I mean, it's Flipside just coming up with some really weird scorelines here. Again, Shara did end up top ranking on the team with the 18 kills, and then Blade with 16. Those are 2 of the players I mean, again, not because of who they are as players. You just don't want to see them at the top of the scoreboard, right? You want Waylander and Markelov and all the rest to do a really good job. World Edit too. So a little bit disappointing. We'll see if they could do better on map 2, but we'll have a breakdown of this before we go anywhere else. So stay with us and we'll be back after a break.